taxes. You coming to me about some taxes? Man, please. Hey, I'm Elena of Financialdemics, and this is around the time of year where if you filed your taxes and you owed and you didn't make a payment by the deadline or in the last couple weeks, you're getting a little letter right now. You're getting an invoice from the IRS saying, hey, you owe us this money and we want it by then, or we're gonna start charging you interest and penalties. So I want to talk about the options that you have available if you actually owe the IRS. Now, of course, you have that option to pay it in full. And if you do pay it in full, then you avoid any penalties or interest that is added to the balance that you originally owed. But if you don't have the money to be able to pay it in full, then there are payment arrangements available. So the first payment plans I'm going to talk about applies to sole proprietors and individual taxpayers. So one of the options is to set up a short-term payment arrangement. So this means that you're going to pay it within 180 days or less. Now, to be eligible for this option, you have to owe less than $100,000, and that includes the combined amount that you owe plus penalties and interest. Now, you actually can set this up on the IRS's website under the pay option. It's a $31 setup fee if you set up your deductions for automatic withdrawal. So that means that each month they are going to go in and pull the money out. If you do not want them to go in and pull the money out of your account, it's going to cost a setup fee of $130. And if you have the IRS set it up, they're going to charge you more than that. So I'm not even giving you those options because you're going to do it online. Now, if you don't feel like you can get this paid within 180 days, then you can set up a long-term installment agreement. So with the long-term installment agreement, you have to owe less than $50,000 combined with the amount you owe interest and penalties. And similar to the short-term payment agreement, it's a $31 setup fee if you have it set up for automatic deduction, and then it's $130 if you're going to not set it up for automatic deduction, where you're going to actually physically pay them every single month. And just to mention, you can pay them different ways. You can pay them either online, going to your online account. You can also send them a check or send them a money order. So now if you have a business return, more so like a C Corp, and you need to set up a payment plan for the business to pay the taxes that it owes, you can also pay either the full payment, which we all know, or you can set up a long-term payment plan. But that is only if the amount that you owe combined with penalties and interest is less than $25,000. Now, similar to the plans that are available for sole proprietors and individuals, it's a $31 setup fee if you sign up for an automatic debit of your account. And then if you do not want it signed up for automatic debit each month, then it's a $130 setup fee. And of course, if the IRS themselves set it up for you, maybe because you owe more than that, or if because you rather get that type of guidance, you're going to pay more of a setup fee when they are going to do it for you. Now, I will mention that if you do owe a significant amount of money and you're trying to settle that with the IRS, they do have the option for offer in compromise. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but you definitely will have to prove that you're not able to pay the funds, and you put in an offer and then they look it over and decide if they're going to accept it. That's not all of the steps. It's very detailed. It does take some time to do, so that's why I'm not getting too deep into it, because I think when you're at that point where you owe such a high amount and you're trying to adjust for it, you definitely would be better to contact them directly so they can give you full-on guidance as to what options are available for you and what information they would need, and then what things you should keep in mind if you do choose the offer in compromise option. So I hope this was helpful for you. I talked to a few people who had started receiving letters, and I felt like this information needed to be out as to what options are available for you. You don't have to tell me whether or not you needed any of these options. I just ask that you share it with someone in need, just in case they're trying to figure out how to handle their situation. And plus, I don't want you to necessarily run for the IRS or be scared of the IRS in any type of way. Debt Free Dad was literally just talking about that in one of his videos. In this situation, it's better if you handle things head on and figure out what options you have available, because what you don't want is that you avoid it and ignore the letters that are coming from them, and then they start garnishing your wages, because it's not going to work out in your favor. When you actually set up your payment plan, you can actually put in certain information so they can understand how much you can actually afford to pay them. And that's better for you than for them to just use the percentage that they use and garnish your wages and then really affect your numbers. So again, share this video with someone you know, and now is a good time to set yourself up for next year when it comes to your taxes. So if you're looking for ways to legally reduce your tax burden, then check out this video here, and I'll see you next time with an all new video.